Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to That's Football. I hope you're all ready for this double banger of a game, of games tonight. Absolutely fantastic. Really excited. Manchester City go out of the Champions League to Real Madrid. Yes, I can see the future and I like it. Man City at the Bernabeu at 8 o'clock. But at 7:30, it's a weird kickoff time. It's a bit of a weird fixture. I think it's because Liverpool are playing in the Carabao Cup in a couple of weeks. We've got this game tonight between Liverpool and Aston Villa, and it's at Aston Villa, and Arsenal fans are excited. We're excited. What a game this could be. Very much looking forward to it. Let's go Villa, says Aston Villa 1874, but Amen Best says Liverpool are going to win. Well, I'll tell you what, you could win with 20% off and free worldwide shipping with Manscaped. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Fantastic products for your balls, for your different things. You've got the beard trimmer for your beard, which I actually need to use. 19 different lengths on that one. You've got the handyman, which you can just take around with you, charge it up, and you can clean shave everywhere. You've got the lawnmower for down there. You've got the weed whacker for up there, up your nose. 20% off. Free worldwide shipping. What does that mean? It means it's delivered to your door for free and you get 20% off the listed price as well. But you must use the code FOOTY, go through the link in the description or scan the QR code. Fantastic products. You'll love them when you get them. Manscaped. Precision engineering for your family jewels. Trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. Check out Manscaped. Thank you very much to them. Do you think Villa are going to win it, Goldbridge? I tell you what I think, what I really think. So tell me what you think, what you really think. I think I'm excited about it, to be honest. I think that just having a quick look at the lineups, thanks to Manscaped, by the way, that'll be going round again. But let's have a look at Villa first. So Aston Villa lining up with Martinez, Garcia, Disasi, Mings, Digne, McGinn, Tielemans, Rodgers, and then Rashford, Asensio, and Watkins. I've got to say, I'm a little bit surprised by his lineup going with Rashford and Asensio, because I actually thought Malen, Maatsen, and Ramsey are good players, and I think this sometimes. It reminds me of Newcastle in '96. They were 12 points clear of Man United in the Premier League. And unless I'm completely mistaken, they went and bought Faustino Asprilla, fantastic Colombian striker from, I think they got him from Parma. And David Batty, from who was a really good holding midfielder at the time, from Newcastle. And as Man United fans, we thought, oh God, that not only are they clear at the top, they've just gone and bought two big players. But they bottled it. It was almost like there were too many options. I don't know what it is. And I look at Aston Villa and I think he's got a lot of options. And it's about, sometimes you can have too many options. When you go down the pub, and you've never been to a pub before, and you want a pint of lager, and they've got loads of lagers. Some you want to try, some that are your favourites, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to have. And people are looking at you going, it's a busy bar, pick. And you're like, I don't know what to have. So I think it'd be interesting to see whether it flows well for Villa tonight. I'm excited to see Rashford playing, of course, especially against Trent. He's had some, it's a long time since he's had some joy against him, but he did used to have some joy against him. But it's nice to see Villa with a back four that actually makes some sense, because they've had some problems there. And obviously, what's his name went off at the weekend with injury. I want to say Christian Karambu and Kamara. Karambu. He hasn't played for about 20 years, Goldbridge. So yeah, I mean, what's the latest on Kamara? Is he badly injured or not? Because I think that's a problem for them. But the Liverpool lineup, which will be going on your screen in a minute: Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Trent, best back five they've got. McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, best midfield three they've got. But then Jones, Salah, and Jota, which I think is a little bit more combative in the midfield, because Diaz is on the bench, Gakpo was not past fit, Nunez is on the bench, and Chiesa is on the bench. So, look, I think with regards to the league table, when you look at it, you do want to see a title race, and they're playing Man City on Sunday. Arsenal will have a game in hand. Because they play West Ham, so Arsenal are now going to move into the position of having a game in hand. Now, if Liverpool were to lose today, and Arsenal haven't played, they've got a game in hand. They're 7 points behind. They'll look at it 4. if Man City take points off them on Sunday and Arsenal beat West Ham, they'll feel that they're almost there. So I think from a Liverpool point of view, I'd be looking to win tonight, and then Man City is almost a bit of a bonus. If you draw, it's not bad. But if they lose or draw tonight, it puts pressure on that Man City game. So I think the next 3 games really are Arsenal's last hope, because Liverpool have got Villa tonight away, Man City away, and then Newcastle at home. And if they take 7 from 9, there's no chance. If they take anything less than 5, there's a chance. So I think, but I think Liverpool will. I think Liverpool will win tonight. I think Villa's big problem is that they're about 14th in the league for goals scored, and that's always going to cost you from winning games, isn't it? Andreas Mattison with the first super chat of the night says, Andreas says, you've been on fire today, Mark, and your Glinios shouts are the only beacon of hope for my love of football as of right now. Lionel Rashford tonight, says today. Look, I think what you're going to get with Rashford is what you're going to get, what we've seen with Anthony at Betis, and what we saw with Sancho at the start with Chelsea. It's almost like the motivation that they've all struggled with. And look, I don't know about you, but today, I don't know whether I've got a bit of a virus, but I've been so moody today, just not in a great space at all. Mentally, physically can't be asked to do anything, just really struggling. And if you could press, what my point is, if you could press the button to feel a little bit more motivated, we'd all press it. And I think that when you look at Marcus Rashford at Aston Villa and Man United, obviously at Man United, for about 2 years, it's been, why are you so bad? And then goes to Aston Villa and suddenly, he's asking himself that question, that's my point. And he goes to Aston Villa and suddenly it's like, I think he created the most chances in the weekend and he only played for 45 minutes. To me, it's not a surprise. He's never been a bad player, and he's now got the motivation. So yeah, I think it's there. And it's a big game tonight. So look, he's definitely going to be up for it. I look at Man United games, and he definitely looked like he couldn't be arsed. And I don't care what anybody said. I think there's a lot of Man United fans who'd back me up on that. We've seen him walking around. We've seen him not contesting headers. We've seen him absolutely play shit. I don't think we'll see that tonight, because for whatever reason, and look, I'll put my hands up again, I find it frustrating that watching him play against Ipswich in the second half of Villa, why couldn't you do that in a Man United shirt? But look, he could be a very important signing for Arsenal. Obviously he's a Villa signing, but you know what I mean. He could make a difference. So let's see what he can do. The players are coming out now. A bit of a weird one this, because it's a 7:30 kickoff. We will have Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. Bayern Munich. We won't have Bayern Munich. We will have Real Madrid against Man City on as well at some point at 8 o'clock. I will be doing a double watch along, but obviously this is kicking off at 7:30. So players are just coming out now. Let us know what your thoughts are. I'm coming back to the live chat now. Why wasn't you motivated for your boyhood club, says Sulai? Well, I am not motivated by my boyhood club, mate. You're just a troll. And you're gone. See you later. Rate starting lineups of both teams out of 10, says Kraken. I think Liverpool's starting lineup is almost their best, bar Curtis Jones playing. And I think Aston Villa lineup, it's hard to judge because it's a good lineup, but I like Jacob Ramsey, I like Maatsen, and I like Malen. And they're also missing Kamara. So I think Liverpool's team is stronger, but the home advantage, the crowd, it's going to be a great, great atmosphere. No, he didn't. He wasn't talking about Rashford. He's a troll. He does it all the time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. I think he has less pressure at Manchester United as Raj. I think also he's got a point to prove as well. I think that's very important. Yeah. Nathan Watson says, why do they point the camera at Rashford every possible chance? Mate, I don't care anymore. He plays for Aston Villa. I know what you mean, but it really doesn't bother me. But at Man United, it was just, it does piss you off. Maybe it will start to piss Villa fans off. But yeah, that's not Rashford's fault. It's not contractual that the camera has to go to him all the time. But every time Rashford plays a game, yeah, the cameras are just obsessed with him. Absolutely. Thanks for your super chats that have come in. He wasn't talking about Rashford. I read it back. It said, why wasn't you motivated for your boyhood club? Says Sulai. It's talking about me, not Rashford. So can we move on? I've played the game. I know who it is. I know what they do. It's a goodbye from them. And it's a hello to you. Think Spurs will get relegated. Stupid comment. You'll be gone next. Can you grow a decent beard, Mark? Says Raz. I probably wouldn't want to. Naf says, why not share United stand clips as YouTube shorts, TikToks and Reels on the club's land, finances, PSR, SJ and Nice? With more people consuming short-form content, it can boost the channel's reach and help the movement gain traction if executed well. Or you could just do it. Thanks very much for your super chat, Naf. We also seen him score 30 goals in a season, says Tevin. Point being, I take it you Player FC. You've come to the right place. Lasagna for tea for me. Yeah. Probably all around my mouth, actually, because I've only just finished it. Rashford is starting. The lineups are going around the screen. I'm going to go Liverpool to win 3-1. Yeah. Did you take Seb to Goose Fair? I've been going for 35 years. We don't live in Nottingham, Garfield, so no. I have been to it, but Seb's never been, no. Leon says, are you going to go to Wembley with Birmingham and Will? I don't think I'll be going to Wembley at all this year. I did go a couple of times last year, but I don't think... No, I'm not going to go... Yeah, I'm not in that. Manny says, are you in a bad mood? No. I thought Sloth was given a red card. What happened, says Desmond David? Arne Slot. We're about to start the game here. Yeah, I don't know why Arne Slot's not banned from the touchline. I'm sure somebody in the chat will. But, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it was rescinded. Well, there you go. It proves my point that Michael Oliver is inept. They also played at the weekend anyway, didn't they? So maybe it would have been a one-match ban. Oh, it's still under investigation. Right, okay. Erling Haaland has been benched, by the way. I'll give you the Man City team news as well, because obviously we will be keeping an eye on that. Real Madrid against Man City. Courtois, Valverde, Asensio, Rudiger, Mendy. Rudiger back's big for them. Tchouameni, Ceballos, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., Mbappe. Man City, Ederson, Kushanoff, Stones, Diaz, Vardiel, Gonzalez, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Savinho, and Mamouche. Haaland on the bench in their biggest game. Ian Fleming says, I'm looking forward to the Dublin gig. Yeah, if anybody's welcome to come along to that. I think we've got a couple of 100 tickets left. So if you did fancy coming along to our live show in the international break in Dublin, link is in the live chat, and it's a fantastic venue right in the middle of Dublin, and you're very, very welcome on that. Get your tickets. I'll pin it in the live chat for you as well. Good idea. There we go. Fozzie with a super chat says, do you think the general hopeless feeling around United in terms of ownership, etc., rubs off on the players? They must feel stuck in the mud playing here, says Fozzie. I don't know. If you're motivated to win, it must be quite draining, yeah, when you look around at other clubs that are run well, because it has an impact, of course. Is Haaland injured, says Class? I don't know. I suppose at the end of the day, you probably can't play Mamouche and Haaland away from home against a team like Real Madrid. So he's made his choice. Robertson with an early cross here, and I think it's gone for a corner, but it's caught. I think Garcia won't be using Manscaped. I think he's lost his nuts there. Oh, no, he's all right. It's hit his thigh. Haaland did get a knock at the weekend, says Loz. Maybe that's it. Maybe Loz has got it. I get that. Maybe. Marshall says, not a hate watch, but a hope watch. I don't get why people call it a hate watch. I hate the word hate. That's why I use the word hate. I can't stand hate. I just don't. It's either childish or moron, isn't it? Why would you hate? Why would you hate? Full stop. Is there not enough hate in the world? Lovely ball in. Van Dijk over the bar. I tell you what, whoever played that pass into Van Dijk, if it wasn't Van Dijk and it was Trent, what a surprise. What an assist this would have been. Unfortunately, it goes to a centre-back because I think look at that ball. I think if that had been Salah, he'd have took it on the first bounce. Watch. As it bounces here, I think Salah just comes onto it now and probably hits it. But Van Dijk being a defender, he has to let it bounce and then he ain't going to score from there. Yeah, thanks for your super chat, Fozzie. Another corner here. Villa under a little bit of pressure here. I think a lot of people, myself included, do want Villa to get a result. But obviously I live around Solihull, which is not too far away from where Villa play. And I know a lot of Villa fans. And they've not been happy with them this season. And I always think they're a good team, Villa, but they're not. They have struggled a little bit. They've certainly struggled to play to score goals. Another corner for Liverpool. They're on the front foot in the first few minutes here. It's Alexi McAllister to take it. Thank God it's not Kevin. And it comes, and it's not been headed away. It's still in there. And it's a good start from Liverpool, this. McAllister puts it into the back post. Mo Salah picks it up. Still got it. Into Trent. Back to Salah. Shot, blocked, Mings. Villa under pressure here. And Andy Robertson wins the throw-in. I'm new, heard you famous. Are you a Liverpool fan, says Tim. No, I'm not. I'd love Villa to win tonight for multiple reasons. Nice ball into McAllister again. Liverpool just winning a lot of second balls at the moment. Rashford a little bit weak with Robinson. Cross comes in. Tell you what, Rashford needs to wake up there because Robertson went 50-50 with him and he just ghosted past him. Liverpool are on it, says Big Tips. Tips. T-I-P-Z. Somebody will be saying I said something else. Villa passing out from the back. I hate it. I hate this passing out from the back. I just hate this passing out from the back. I mean, look at it. Liverpool have won it back on their own. Should have been 1-0. That is just ridiculous. Why are people still doing this in 2025? Passing out from the back. It's so stupid. Stop. Teams need to stop passing out from the bloody back. What are the odds on Liverpool winning tonight, Mark? Says it's crossed. But I don't know the odds, but I've gone with the Liverpool 3-1 win before the kickoff. And I think in the first 5 minutes, you'd probably back me up on that. It's woke nonsense, says Timmy. Right, here we go, Villa. This is a good run. Right, go wide to Rashford, surely. Yeah, here we go. First little chance for him. He's full of beans at the moment. Tillemans. And Trent's going to clear it away. No, he doesn't. Digne, Rashford takes on Trent. And Trent wins it back. But good tempo to this. Digne goes to Rashford again. Nice ball into Watkins. Poor layoff. And Van Dijk clears it. Thoughts on Chelsea's owners? Hate them personally, says Dream Winter. I'd take them over our owners every day of the bloody week. I mean, Chelsea's owners, if they are bad, they make our owners look... Chelsea's owners are Santa Claus compared to ours. Let's put it that way. Well played by McGinn. I think he'll win a foul. Yeah. Have I got lasagna lips? Let me get my Nivea stick. I love the way they do that on TNT. Like, they've gone to the manager on the side and then they've put Aston Villa manager Unai Emery. I've got to say, if you're watching this game and you need to be told who that is, I mean, I'll never understand why they do that sort of stuff. I know they want to make football accessible to everybody, but if you're turning on this game and going, I wonder who that is, walking around in a big coat in front of the Aston Villa dugout. It's not. I mean, it's not going to say Steve Smith, head gardener, is it? Who's your third striker pick for the England squad, Mark? What? Well, who's first? Kane, second, Watkins, third. I don't know. They might go Delap. Upon fee says you starts the show with this show. I'm Mark Goldbridge. Yeah, that's not so people can identify me. That's just a gimmick. Thanks for your super chat anyway, Dream Winter. I don't know why you don't like Chelsea, but well won back by Gravenberch. Good start by Liverpool, but Villa just starting to win the ball back a little bit higher up the pitch. 10 minutes gone already. Do you think Villa will win against Chelsea, says Marius? I'm doing that as a watch along on Saturday. I think that's a big game. Look, Chelsea 43 points, Villa 38. Villa need to win that. I mean, Villa need to win both these games. Remember, Villa have made all these moves in the transfer window, exciting moves in the January transfer window, because they want to get into the top four. They're not going to win the Champions League, are they? What would it say under your name? YouTube star, says Truck. Nah, I think I'm more than that. I think it would say better pundit than Gary Neville, or often gets likened to Leonardo DiCaprio, or IQ over 170. You know, there's plenty of stuff I'd put under there, but thanks everybody who watched the video today, actually. Really good. Here's Rashford. Is he going to get a shot off? Oh, he nearly played a pass. A little bit tenacious out there at the moment. What do you think will happen in the game, the Madrid one, and Juve's Constantine? We will be keeping an eye on that one, by the way. Joe Coleman has also done a super chat saying, score prediction for Real City. Look, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Man City could produce an amazing comeback, but against Real Madrid, who I think should have won that game maybe by more than 3-2, I think Real Madrid will go on the front foot and put them to bed with a 2-0 win. What are the thoughts on the rumour of Madrid changing leagues? Where are they going to change the league, William? Rod says you shouldn't put better pundit than Neville. That's low aspirations. I put Mark Goldbridge, and underneath I'd put I've played the game. Foul to Villa. When this game's end, will you stay live for City? Yes, Channel of Chuck. I mean, I will do, yeah. So we've had about 12 minutes here. Villa started off quite badly, but they've settled into the game. We've done Lewis Hall versus Lewis Skelly, Martin. We did it at the weekend, and I think Lewis Hall won with 60%. Ryan says, Rashford has done nothing but give the ball away. Early days, mate. I mean, keep an eye on Asensio as well. I mean, I'm not saying Asensio's better than Rashford, but he's a welcome addition to the Premier League. He's on this free kick. And goes to the back post. They've still got it, Villa. Another good cross. Alisson punches. Tielemans goes wide. Trent will get that and boots it clear. Tries to get Salah in. Good play by Disasi into Rashford. Back into Disasi. And a corner. Good play. Do you remember Micah Richards playing? Because I don't. Says Parker. I think Micah Richards played for Villa or tried to. I know he was very injury prone, but I do remember Micah Richards, yeah. It's hard to remember how good he was. I think some people did think he was quite good. I think he was just very injury prone. And did he not play for Man City before they got good as well? Definitely played for Villa. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. They've gone short with the corner here. Edge of the box, McGinn. Back into Rashford. And straight to Alisson. If you had to the monoxide poison, thank you very much for your super chat. £10, thank you very much. Said, if you had a choice to bring 2 players from Liverpool and 2 from Villa, who would you pick? Good question. I think from Liverpool, I would always go Salah, obviously. And for what Man United need at the moment, I actually wouldn't go Van Dijk or Trent or Robertson. I probably would go with McAllister or Alisson. And then from Villa, I would then take one of those. I probably would take Ollie Watkins, if I'm being completely honest, and Morgan Rogers. I mean, I'll be happy with that 4. Those 4 players would help United out. Alisson in goal, Salah and Rogers, and sorry, no. Yeah, Salah and Alisson, Rogers and Watkins. I'd be happy with that. Good question. If we couldn't have, I mean, look, or take one of them. Lovely ball over the top. Not going to get there though. All the way through to Martinez. I think this game is on a knife edge here. I mean, look, we've not heard from Arsenal fans. I bet Arsenal fans are there. They know they need a result tonight. You're not running out of games completely, but it's the tough games that Liverpool have got left. Remember, although there are still 13 games to go, 5 or 6 of those for Liverpool are pretty much nailed on wins. So you are starting to tick down probably the last 7 or 8 games that Liverpool might drop points in. Nice breast. Nice or breast, sorry. Matthias, I thought he said something else. I was looking at my jumper. It's not that low. Stats aren't rolling round. I don't know why they're not rolling round, actually. Let me get them going. I don't know why it's paused on the league. Anyway, here's Rashford. Will he pass? Yes. What a goal. Offside. Oh. What a shame. I was just about to stand up and applaud it. It was actually very good. I mean, don't see this at Man United, that's for sure. Might not be offside. Well, no replay. Looked onside to me. At no point did I think there was an offside there. Rashford. Oh, he's miles off, yeah. Miles off. And it was an own goal as well, to be fair. There was elements. It looked like a great goal, but he was offside and the cross went in off Robertson. So there was aspects of luck there. Good tackle, Canate. Liverpool just dropping off a little bit here. Villa have had a really good 10 minutes, but now it's Salah. That's a lovely ball. And it goes out for a throw-in. Alisson or Martinez, who would you take at United? This is Jack. Well, I think Alisson's better. You'd have to tell me the ages of the two, really. I mean, if Alisson's coming up for retirement, I'd obviously take Martinez. I think he's younger, isn't he? Would you take Rashford from Villa, says Rinse Clear. Yeah. Funnily enough, no. Wow, says, would you take Rashford from Villa? No. Ooh, over the shoulder. Volley from Jota. Didn't quite connect, just goes wide. We are going to keep an eye on Real Madrid versus Man City, yes. Reminds me, actually. I need to get it up. Close that. I can be blue, I can be brown, I can be violet and sky, I can be happy, I can be healthy, I can be anything you like. Sports. It's in the game. I've played the game. I've played the game. Yeah, that's ready to go whenever. Bang, bang, bang. Villa on the attack here with Digne into Tielemans. And lovely play here by Villa as they move it across the pitch to Garcia. Quick play. I think that's something Villa need to do as well. There's a tendency when you've got Marcus Rashford in your team to just use the left-hand side all the time. The referee's just blocked a good pass there. Thoughts on rumours about Madrid joining SPL in their bid to start a Super League? Could this be reality, says DV. Why would they do that? Why would they join the SPL? Shane B says Gravenberch, McAllister, Watkins and Emi Martinez would be my 2 from 2. Lovely stuff. Cross comes in, headed away. I tell you what, first goal is going to be key in this. Villa do struggle to score goals, remember. To be fair to Gary, he mentioned on the overlap that Ineos were not doing a good job. Problem is that he doesn't harp on about it, which he should, says Cal. Exactly. I think he's... Look, mate, that's pressure, isn't it? That is pressure from people on him, which is good. You know, he's got a massive platform. He moans about a lot of things. Moan about that. Have you ever watched A Knight's Tale, says Slow Blandy? Is that a porno? Because it doesn't sound like I'd like it. Nice ball in behind to Salah. Up against Digne on the far-hand side. Great tackle, Digne. Did you see the third Anthony goal, says LFC? Here's Rashford with a bit of space. Oh, he has to go backwards there. Thoughts on Celtic last night? Brilliant performance, says Aaron. Didn't watch it. Who was Villa's Czech coach, says Kenneth? Oh, I can't remember his name, but wasn't it Doctor somebody? Wasn't he actually a qualified doctor? I know, I can picture him. I just can't remember his bloody name. Wasn't Dr. Fox. That was a DJ. I can't remember his name. I just, for some reason, I think he was a doctor. No, it wasn't Doctor Strange. The Incredibles is one of the best films ever made, says Super Donut. And I just realised Oxlade-Chamberlain still plays football, says Rinse Clear. Heath Ledger was in it, Mark. I take it wasn't a porno then. Jokanovic. Cross comes in, headed away, another corner for Villa. Jokanovic. Aston Villa. Maybe it wasn't a doctor. Cross comes in from Villa. Easy. Oh, I say easy. Alisson got caught under it for a minute. McAllister's down here. I don't know what he's done. He's definitely hurt himself in the face. Let's have a look. Oh, I think he's just thrown a bit of a fist at him. I mean, I don't think it'll be anything. Well, it's a yellow card for Disarcy. It's a bit of a weird one, giving a yellow card for that. I mean, if you genuinely think it's violent conduct, would it not be a red? And for me, it didn't even look like it was violent conduct. So I think it's a bit of a weird one from the ref. Yeah, I don't think that's a yellow card. I mean, look, I think we forget that people can get their leg broken or caught in the face accidentally. You don't have to give a yellow card for it. Never a red for me. Never a yellow for me. Glory, glory, Man United, says Ron United. Well, glory, glory, everybody. We're live here, 7 minutes before Real Madrid Man City, which we will be keeping an eye on. But it's 0-0 after 23 minutes here. I'm not too sure a draw for Liverpool was that great. I mean, it's definitely better than a loss, but Man City on Sunday, of course. Some big games at the weekend. I don't know what watch-alongs I'm doing at the weekend, actually. I know I'm doing Villa-Chelsea at 5:30 on Saturday. And I'm definitely... Oh, Man United play Everton on Saturday lunchtime. That's what I'm doing. Man United Everton at 12:30 on Saturday. And that's on United stand. Then we're back on here for Chelsea Villa at 5:30 on Saturday. And then Sunday, we're back on here for Man City against Liverpool, which... Well, be interesting. I don't think Liverpool will beat Man City. I don't think we'll see that. EastEnders watch along tomorrow. Is that the 40th anniversary? I wouldn't watch EastEnders if you paid me, mate. What about Forest Newcastle? Is that... Oh, here we go. Jota. I haven't looked at the weekend fixtures yet. Let me have a look. Must be Sunday. 2 o'clock. Maybe. Spurs Way says, was hilarious when you called Maddison James Littler. He only ever turns up when he feels like it, Keane. You know, I've forgotten I'd called him that and it made me laugh. When he only turns up when he feels like it, Roy Keane was right. Well, thank you to a Spurs fan for saying that, because I don't think Roy Keane told any lies, and I think James Maddison is massively inconsistent. Szoboszlai, Jota, good defending, and Villa will clear it away. Oh, Digne caught in possession there, but well won back by Tielemans, and then Villa just contributing to their own downfall here. They could have cleared the ball twice. Now it's with Robertson. Puts in a cross. Mo Salah over the bar. Half chances for Villa. Half chances for Liverpool. Hi March, watched Quenda earlier, looked strong and quick, plays like Ahmad on the right, just more physical for good price, interesting player. Don't ever do that again. Right, yeah, Sporting went out to Dortmund 0-0 tonight, but 3-0 in the first leg, so Sporting are now out of the Champions League. PSG are 3-0 up against Brest, they kick off at 8 o'clock. PSV are 2-1 down to Juventus, but they're at home. They're kicking off at 8 o'clock. And then the final game is Real Madrid against Man City. And don't forget, on Friday, we will be live for the Champions League draw. I tell you what, that was a tasty tackle by Garcia, but fair play. Alexis McAllister stayed on his feet because he's found Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson with the cutback. They're not quite there. McAllister, good block. Villa will move it away now. Oh, no, they won't. That's going to be a foul as well. Winner of Great White Shark versus Polar Bear. It really depends on the habitat of that, doesn't it? Because if it's in the sea, Polar Bear could still win, but probably Great White Shark. If it's on land, the Polar Bear is just basically going to walk off, get some chips, and have fish and chips. Rudiger is back, yes. Don't forget, Luton Town are playing Plymouth tonight. If you could watch that live, somebody would. Orca would beat a polar bear anyway. You're absolutely right. Anyway, good half an hour here. I feel like Liverpool, good play by Martinez, just takes it off the edge of the box. Dr. Joseph Wenger was Villa manager, says the Steve. Thank you very much for verifying my knowledge there. I knew I was right. I knew you'd had a doctor in charge. What the hell was that by Garcia? If Liverpool score here, and they have, oh Christ! What a stupid idiot at the back for Aston Villa. What an absolute prat. I feel like I'm sinking as well. I don't know why I've not stood up yet. That, just when I wanted to go to stand up, I feel like I've been sat down. Liverpool have scored. It's playing out from the back again. Playing out from the back again. Idiotic. Villa just playing out from the back again. I mean, it's inexplicable what he does, but it's 1-0 to Liverpool and it's a gift. Arsenal fans will be going absolutely mad. They've been warned. They've been warned by me, by Villa, by Liverpool. Salah scores a tap-in, but they have been warned. Stupidity. When are teams going to stop playing out from the back against teams that are good at pressing? Talking about great white sharks, it's like jumping in a swimming pool with a great white shark and putting a load of mayonnaise on yourself. You're asking to get eaten. And that is what's happened there. They've already been warned. Why are they doing it? You know, you've got people like Marcus Rashford, Ollie Watkins. Why don't you just go for a longer ball? Rashford with the bad cross there. Dear, oh dear. That's one thing you can't do. You know, reminds me of United. You can't do that. You can't. You know what? I look at that first half an hour. Villa are in the game. You know, it's a very equal game. What you can't do is make silly mistakes. Now, Liverpool can play out from the back because Villa aren't as good at pressing. Look, you see, they've done it there. But still, they've lost it. I don't know why teams are playing out from the back. That Monoxide Poison says, strange question. Do you remember the old days of Jimmy Hill and Des Lynam and also Alan Hansen? I do, mate. I mean, I don't know what we think of it today in the modern day, but I do remember it. I mean, I know what had happened. In the modern day, people had ripped the piss out of Jimmy Hill. Oh, just so frustrating. Conceding goals from playing out from the back. Bloody hell. We're up and running in the Man City game, by the way. I will keep you up to date with what's happening with that. How do you approach that game if you're Manchester City? You've got to try and attack, but you don't want to concede too early either. I think from Real Madrid's point of view, you've just got to play your natural game, really. I missed this ball, says Nath Footy. Yeah, it's a retro ball, isn't it? Because it's not going to be Nike next season. I think it's going to Puma, isn't it? Emery hates Arsenal. He's losing on purpose, says Christian. To be honest, I do think you're right. Don't forget, Manscaped are sponsoring our show tonight. 20% off, free worldwide shipping. Scan that QR code or go through the link in the description. Make sure you use the code FOOTY. You get 20% off and free shipping as well, free delivery, etc. The timer's right below me there. I've not got a timer for Liverpool, for Real Madrid. We'll just go to that at half time. Saint and Greavesy was a great show. I would urge, well, it probably wouldn't work, but I sometimes put Saint and Greavesy old episodes on YouTube. I just love the intro, and I even watch the episodes even though they're not relevant because they were like from 30 years ago. JT94 says, everybody knows sharks don't like mayo. I'll tell you what then, mate. I'll personally pay for us to go to South Africa and you lather yourself in mayonnaise. We'll chuck you in the sea where there's a great white shark and let's see if it refuses to eat you. We'll film it as well. I mean, obviously we'll edit it if it eats you, but if it doesn't eat you, just swims past you and goes, then you'll be proven right. I think people would like that content. Valverde 26, CM right back, RM Cam captain, some player, says Ardo. Can you say hi to Gabby and Daisy? You're both rats, says Jamsey. Thank you very much for your super chat, mate. Jerry says, where do we donate to that project? You don't need to, mate. I think it'd get a few thousand views, that, anyway. So, just a bit disappointed here. Villa, I've got to chase the game now. And the problem with that is, if you're chasing the game, Liverpool are a good team on the break, especially away from home. Charlie says, do you think Rashford will play for Man United again? I think it's massively unlikely. Unless Amrin was to get sacked in the summer, I don't see a way back for Rashford, because regardless of what you or I think, it doesn't matter, because that relationship is completely broken down. I got a Real Madrid goal here. Mbappe, game over. Lovely finish. Ball over the top. He's running along. He bounces over the keeper. Game over. I told you we were watching the right game. Bye-bye, City. Bye-bye. It's over. 3 minutes and 45 seconds and Real Madrid have beaten Manchester City 4-2 on the aggregate, 1-0 on the night. It's just crap defending, to be honest with you. Really, really crap defending. I mean, they hit a ball over the top. He's in between two centre-backs. I've always told you, Ruben Diaz. Oh, look at Ruben Diaz. It's a comedy act. Pantomime's over, mate. Bloody hell, driving Miss Daisy. What a prat. Ruben Diaz, more like Cameron Diaz. Rubbish acting. He tries to, I don't know what he's trying to do. I thought he was trying to pretend he'd been bloody pushed in the back, and then I think he was actually trying to head it. I mean, that's just crap defending, really. It's a long ball over the top. Mbappe's in between Stones and Diaz. Pebbles ain't going to catch him. Ruben Diaz is Cameron Diaz doing a bit of acting, and Mbappe just runs between the two and plops it over the top of the keeper. 4-2 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Haven't I said, though, I don't like to say I told you so, but haven't I said for a long time that Ruben Diaz is massively overrated? Massively overrated. I'm from South Africa. The problem is they don't like the taste, but they'll take a bite, says Liam. It's a little bit like me at a buffet. Do you think the Glazers went to Diddy parties, says Parker? Pebbles don't fancy it. Injured. 5 minutes and he's out. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Let's have a look what he's done. Yeah, he's played a pass and he's injured himself. Look at this. Look at Cameron Diaz at the back. Oh my God. He's so shit. I mean, Mbappe's quite clever. He gives him a little bit of a handoff. Diaz is shit. He's so shit. Oh, I can't believe it. You know, the thing that annoys me about Ruben Diaz is when I used to do like fancy Premier League and that, or you're having a chat down the pub with your mates, and you do, at the end of the season, you do your Premier League team of the season. The amount of my mates who would just always put Ruben, well, you've got to have Ruben Diaz in there. I'd be like, how many times have you actually watched him this season? He had one really good season for Man City, and he's always in everybody's team of the season. And actually, he's not that good. He's not terrible, but how many times does he get put in Premier League team of the season? And actually, it's like, do you actually watch the guy? When he plays for Portugal, I think he's bang average. Oh, I thought it might be a handball there in the box. Ollie Watkins. Goal! Tielemans, 1-1. Game on. Crap defending by Liverpool. Tielemans makes it 1-1. We've got a game on here. And it's definitely bad defending by Liverpool. 1-1 Villa. Just, you know, this is one of those goals again. I mean, I think Arne Slot's looking at it on the replay, but I didn't see anything wrong with this. It's a cross into the box. No offside. No off. Ooh. No, Watkins might have been offside, but he's not active. It doesn't matter. No, nothing wrong with that. McGinn. Game on. Tillemans hits it well. Bounces it into the floor. "38 minutes, 1-1. Back in the game. Very, very frustrating from Villa's point of view, though, because they score a legit goal. And here's Jota. Oh, what a terrible miss. And he was onside. Oh, my God. Should have been 2-1. I think he was onside. Lovely ball. He's angled his run into the penalty box. I'd have scored that. Well, I wouldn't. I'd have missed it because I'd have been playing for Liverpool and I'd missed it on purpose. But, yeah, he's absolutely messed that up. As soon as Mbappe scores, Pep goes for the bottle immediately and sits down in defeat. He knows this is over now, says Chad. 1 year of no smoking. I'm very proud of myself, says Sully. Well done, mates. Worst pundit poll, Agbonglahor or Neville, says Patrick. Well, it is a super chat, so let's run that. I think I know who will win. Either or. Worst pundit. We'll just call it that. There you go. I forgot about the poll. Do you think Andy Robertson is a top 3 left-back in Premier League history? He has the most assists ever for a Premier League defender, and I believe his peak was unreal, says Amir. I think he almost... Ooh, shot wide there. Good save, Martinez. No, I don't think he did make a save. Curtis Jones. I don't like putting Liverpool players into top 3 of all times, but... I mean, who would you say the top 3 are? I think Ashley Cole's got to be in there. I'd say Patrice Evra's got to be in there. So yeah, maybe Andy Robertson. If you get £250 million, what positions and which players would you buy? Says Sandeep. No, I can't answer that question, mate. I can't, because I just think it's fantasy with United at the moment. I can give you the positions I'd buy, but I can't give you the players because I've just got absolutely no idea. If you'd asked me that 3 or 4 years ago, I'd give you a big list, but I've just got no enthusiasm for United in the transfer market now to even waste my time looking at players because I just don't know what's realistic. I definitely need a striker of experience. I definitely need a left-sided centre-back. I definitely need a centre attacking midfielder and one that can play on the wing. So I don't know how many I've got there. And I need a holding midfielder as well. What about Dennis Irwin? Yes, great shout. And I lived through that. I'd put Dennis Irwin ahead of Evra, definitely, yeah. See, even I'm doing it now, and I lived it. I know the whole Premier League era. So the Premier League did exist in the 90s. I think people forget about Tony Adams and Dennis Irwin and Eric Cantona and Ian Hughes and Mark Hughes and Ian Wright, Mark Hughes and Peter Schmeichel, you know. Hot take, Gareth Bale is in the top 5 Premier League right backs, says Nath Footy. I thought he played left back. M. Parker says, I have a United coping mechanism. I've been betting on the other team and my winning covers my sadness. I'm buying a Maserati. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, just going back to the Real Madrid game, they're 1-0 up already inside the first 10 minutes. In fact, inside the first 5 minutes, Kylian Mbappe, 1-0 there, 4-2 on aggregate. It's a long road back for Man City. I mean, of course, 2-1 puts them back level, but Jota's in again here. Disasi's gone down. I think Jota just caught him with his foot. Dylan says, are you at the Sidemen game? I don't think so, mate. It's in 2 weeks and I've not heard a whisper. So I would say absolutely probably not. And that's not me keeping it a secret. I said I didn't think I'd get asked this time. So no. Remember, haha, banter from old United Stand days. That's me. Love tuning in. Mark, solid content, says Sis. Hope you're doing well, mate. I do remember that name. Yeah, I do. Hope you're doing good. Nearly 19,000 watching. Absolute legends. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe. Appreciate that. Raxit says Goldbridge ball was the highlight of the Sidemen games. Mate, look, no one will ever take away the one at Charlton. I absolutely loved it, and it's a privilege to get asked, and I just don't think you take those things for granted, do you? I think the West Ham game was a hiding to nothing because of the injuries we had, but, you know, it is what it is. Better first season, Javier Hernandez or Michu, says David. I think Michu was more than just a better first season. I think Michu for 1 year was bloody unbelievable. I mean, I don't know what he was drinking or eating that year, but he was absolutely the GOAT of a cheap fantasy Premier League player, wasn't he? Swansea. It reminds me of, like, if anyone remembers Fantasy Premier League when it was Scott, Dan, Roger Johnson and Ben Foster for Birmingham. I mean, I actually had all three of them in my Fantasy Premier League team because they got so many clean sheets. It was incredible how many points. In fact, that's one of the first things I said to Ben Foster when I met him. I said, FPL legend. He said, what about Man United? I said, FPL legend, Birmingham. Leave it at that. Hi Mark, do you miss finding out about transfers through the papers or by the teams themselves instead of on Twitter? Keep up the good work, says Matthew. I think I don't really mind about transfers. I mean, look, everything changes, as Gary Barlow once sang, and I think the transfer market, I ain't got a problem with it. I think what I prefer the transfer market now to probably 7 years ago. You know, when you got all the ITK bullshit Twitter accounts that people actually believed, that was nauseating, but I quite like it now. I mean, to be fair, around United, they only really give the news to Ornstein and Romano, so you pretty much know. Why do you think Man United moved the ball so slow? Bruno always telling everyone to calm down. Same with Onana, says Fart Smeller. I just think it's about a team that's got quite a low confidence and a low IQ, so you try and keep the ball the way that you can. Thank you, Matthew Lunn. And thank you very much to Jamie Wilkes with a super chat. Says, can you do a poll as to who is the worst striker in terms of cumulative transfer cost, Morata or Lukaku? Well, it's close between Neville and Agbonglahor, but Agbonglahor's won it as the worst pundit with 54%. And I will do that one for you now, Jamie. So, I mean, it's hard to put. I'm just going to do either or, Morata or Lukaku, because it sort of serves the same purpose. There we go. So, 3 minutes of added time here at Villa Park. 1-1. Big mistake by Villa, allowing Salah to score. But they have equalised from a bit of bad defending from a cross by Liverpool. So 1-1, I think, is about right. I don't think either team has done enough to win it. I mean, Rashford's been... They've not got Rashford on the ball enough for me. I think first 10 minutes he looked a bit lively, but it's gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? Rodgers not got on the ball enough. It looks to me like Villa's best chance of scoring is going to come from set pieces, which is a shame with all the talent that they've got. But they have got Ramsey, Malen on the bench. Is Rashford just a mediocre player, says Dead Zone? And HPN says Rashford looks better with Villa than he did with Man United. No shit, Sherlock. Here's Digne. Cross is good. Goal! Ollie Watkins! Digne! Ollie Watkins! Digne! Watkins! Watkins! Digne! 2-1. We're back in the lead and the title race is on. And I've got to say, well, you can't give Watkins time like that. Van Dijk's not happy. I don't know what Liverpool are moaning about. I think they're moaning about a handball by John McGinn, which it probably was a long, long time before that goal. I mean, I don't know. If the referee doesn't see it, it's a long way back. Look, he definitely handles it, but what element of that really causes an issue? I'd say Van Dijk should attack this header a little bit better, to be honest with you. It's a lovely cross by Digne. In fact, I don't think Van Dijk can get on it. It's just a lovely cross by Digne. And Watkins is there to head it away. Well, makes for a very interesting game now. Makes for a very interesting title race. 45 seconds is the rules as a clips. It'll be under 45 seconds, but it's been given anyway. Here's Rashford. Well, this could work well for Villa now because they can play on the break. What a game we've had here. Much better than Madrid Man City, which is already over. Mbappe scored there. That's the half time. Well, bring it on. Bring it on. In fact, I'll go down to... I'll put Man City on twice. Come on, the Villa, says Eamon. Liverpool beginning to look vulnerable, says the Spurs way. This is it, pal. This is it. Like, Liverpool are 1-0 up. A gift. They're now 2-1 down. These are the psychological things that can impact you. And I think it makes for a very interesting second half now for Liverpool because with Man City at the weekend and Arsenal playing West Ham at home, there's a real opportunity for a shift, isn't there? Top 3 current best players in the world, says Cyrus. Cantona or Rooney poll, please, Mark, says Joseph. Can you collab with Swiss Ramble, says Akib. I don't think Swiss Ramble even does collabs like that. DV says, when will you... I mean, I would. When will you do next football fill-in? It was fun. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I just don't know. Thank you very much for that. Well, look, it's title race on. It's 2-1 to Villa at the moment. Let's have a look at that title race table, or as some people call it, the Premier League. There it is on your screen there. So Liverpool on 60 points, but there's a game in hand. So effectively, if Villa can keep this result, not only will we talk about Villa in a minute, but Arsenal win on Saturday, they are 4 points behind Liverpool and they both played the same games. Then Liverpool go to Man City. So very, very interesting. As for Aston Villa, a win for them. Look at how it shifts for Villa if they win. 41 points and they play Chelsea on Saturday. If results went the right way, Villa could be right in amongst it in the race for top 5, which is exactly why Emery has brought in the likes of Asensio and Malen and Rashford and Disasi and Garcia. So, yeah, at the moment, all going to plan for Villa and Arsenal. And for Liverpool, well, the worrying thing for Liverpool would be the defending's been a little bit shaky, to be honest with you. Conceding from 2 crosses, I don't think is something that you would really associate with Liverpool normally. And as we know, Aston Villa struggled to score goals. Arne Slot, new manager bounce coming to an end, says DV. And my God, Arsenal could pull it off if they keep their heads switched on, says Jace. I don't want to give any negativity to Arsenal, but I will anyway. I mean, my stance on this has been this for a very long time. If this title race starts to hot up and Arsenal get within 3 points of Liverpool and then it falls away again, you know what I'm going to say. Why the hell did you not buy a striker? And I'm not an Arsenal fan, but you know what? That's the difference between the Man Cities and the Arsenals, is that Man City aren't going to win the league and they're going to get knocked out of the Champions League, but they've bought players in preparation for their rebuild. Arsenal, in a bloody title race, decide not to buy a striker. And I think that could be the thing. Can they score goals in this time where they've got no Saka, no Jesus, no Havertz, no Martinelli? Maguire improvement this season. Love the content, says Noah. Another season Liverpool cheated out of points, says S. Look, let's talk about that second goal for Aston Villa because it is a controversial point. I feel like it definitely needs a poll. Lukaku over Morata, by the way, 58%. Should the second Villa goal be allowed? Yes or no? Should Villa second goal be disallowed? So, quite right, it's a 45-second rule, or 30 seconds or something. If there's an incident in the build-up to the goal, it can get ruled out. We've seen it before. John McGinn definitely handles it. Accidentally, whatever, he definitely handles it. And I think I did expect, I've got to be honest, I did expect the referee to blow and give a handball. I did. I thought he was going to go, you've handled that, it's a free kick to Liverpool. But when he doesn't, it's a goal. The referee saw it, he could have given it, I thought he was going to give it, he didn't. It's not something VAR can get involved in because the referee definitely saw it. I was watching it and I actually thought he's going to give it. He saw it, he didn't give it, so it's a goal. Now, a different referee might have given the handball, but that referee definitely saw it and therefore he didn't give it. And therefore you can't moan about it. So I understand the frustration. I mean, look, I've got to be fair. If that was against Man United, I'd be going, oh, look at this incompetent referee. But that's what you're dealing with. At the very most, you're dealing with an incompetent referee. I would want it if I was a Man United fan. But once Villa score, you can't go back. You can't go back and go, was it a handball? Because the referee saw it. So I don't agree that it should have been ruled out because he should have given it before. So the goal stands for me, definitely. My God, Arsenal will pull it off. They keep the head switched on, says Jace. I think I've already done that one. Interestingly enough, 58% say it shouldn't have been disallowed. 42% said it should have been. Somebody said there should have been a handball. Should have been a red card. Look, Liverpool have got plenty of time to get back into this game. I think we're in for a really good second half. If I was Emery, I'd sit in a little bit and I'd use the pace of Rashford, Rodgers, Watkins on the break. That's what I'd be looking to do now. Obviously, you're going to invite Liverpool on a bit, but Liverpool don't have an out-and-out striker, so it could work. As we know, Arne Slot tends to be a good second-half manager. Or is that a little bit of a myth now? He certainly was at the start of the season. Robert McCormack says, delete that goal and the game's gone. Villa's front four is tasty. I disagree, Robert. I think on paper it looks tasty. I don't think they've really done much. I mean, I think they've looked more of a threat from set pieces. I thought the cross by Digne was absolutely fantastic. But Villa need to win this game. They really, really do. And so do Liverpool. So I think we're in for a great second half. Still 1-0 between Real Madrid and Man City. They've only had half an hour there, or 25 minutes there, but obviously it's 4-2 on aggregate. So Man City heading out. And we've got the Champions League draw on Friday. We were doing that on Friday morning on this channel. I'm excited about that as well because I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat could explain it to us. I don't know whether there is any sort of, well, there is some sort of seeding for it, isn't there? But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But look, I predicted Liverpool would win this game. I think where we're at the moment, they're going to have to do, they're going to have to play a lot better in the second half than they did in the first half because I feel that Villa at home, going behind, I think they're looking good here. And I think they'll be very happy with the goals that they've scored in relation to, they haven't had to work particularly hard for them. I mean, look, Liverpool didn't have to work hard at all for theirs. But yeah, we're in for a great second half, I think. Who do you want to win the league? Ian says. Arsenal. I mean, I don't particularly like Arsenal. I've got to say, they have some fans that I would say are quite repulsive. I mean, they have some nice fans. I like Robbie. I've got nothing against some other Arsenal fans I know. But look, it's not ideal that Arsenal win it. But obviously, I would choose Arsenal because they're less of a rival to me as a Man United fan than Liverpool. And Liverpool are about to level up with our 20 times. So, of course, I'd rather Arsenal win it. And that's why it's important, these next two games, that Liverpool take, hopefully, no points. But as I said before kickoff, if Villa get something tonight, whether it's a win, which they need, or a draw, then that puts a lot of pressure on Liverpool for the Man City game, because they drew against they drew against Everton. They only just beat Wolves. If they lose to here, that's 4 points from 9, and then you're going into what you're going to get from 12. There's a pressure, and if Arsenal are winning, it's an added pressure. So I think that this second half is going to have a massive impact on the short. I don't think it changes the title, by the way. I still think Liverpool are going to win the title, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting. And remember, Arsenal have got to go to Anfield, so that won't be easy either. And no one else is going to join the title race. So one, I want an interesting title race, and two, I'd love it if Arsenal can do it. But I do feel that they might have missed their boat by not getting a striker. Hi Mark, do you think Gabriel deserves more praise, says Joshua? If we're talking about the centre-back of Arsenal and not the singer, then yes, I think he's... surely he would be Arsenal's Player of the Year, by the way. From an outsider looking in, surely Gabriel will be your Player of the Year. I've not watched every single game that you've played, but I do think he's so important. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're on 964, 303,964. So we're only 30 away from, or 36 subscribers away from 304,000. Please do that, bottom right-hand corner. If you're a bit, also just as a reminder, links in the live description and in the live chat. If you're at a bit of a loose end, or you fancy doing something on the Wednesday of the international break, which is March the 19th, we have a live show in Dublin. It's a great venue. It's a big venue. Got some special guests. It's going to be really good, and it's smack in the middle of Dublin as well. So if you want to get your tickets for that and come along, we'd love to see you there. Can't wait. Just actually started putting the show together, actually. So I'm really looking forward to that. It'd be great to see some of you. Links in the live chat for that. There was something else I was going to say. Can't remember what it is. Yeah, still, Real Madrid are all over Man City, by the way. It's not even as if it's they were better than them at the Etihad, if we watch that together, of course. And they're not sitting back on their laurels here. They're the better team here as well. Statistically, they've had, on the attack, they've had, listen to this. So Man City are there to try and get back. Real Madrid have had 6 shots, 2 on target. Man City have had 1 shot, 1 none on target, and they've had that's it. So it's absolute domination from Real Madrid, and unfortunately for Manchester City, there's not a lot going on at the moment. Should Villa's second goal be disallowed? 40% say yes and 60% say no. I think we'll close it off at that. For me, as I said, it can't be disallowed by VAR because the referee saw the handball and he didn't give it. And if he had given it, then the goal never would have happened. Will there be a video with Lawrence this week, says Kyle? I hope so, because as a Liverpool fan, I'd love to be talking about this result, hopefully. But yeah, one way or another. Nicolas Cage says, great, I love Family Man, by the way. And what else did Nicolas Cage do as a good film? Con Air. I love it when they make new rules and enforce them at the start of the season, but stop halfway. Most blatant yellow for delaying restart from Trent, says Nicolas Cage. And best law in Charlton versus Ronaldo, Rooney and Tevez, says Patrick. Well, I'm obviously going to go best law in Charlton. Face Off. Yeah, that's not too bad. Leaving Las Vegas, I've never really watched it. I feel like he did more than Con Air, and Family Man's very good. Don't only watch it at Christmas, though. But, yeah. The Rock. That was it. The Rock's brilliant, Alex. That's the one. You can't defeat The Rock. Sean Connery. Oh, I'm not watching The Wicker Man. That can get out. Captain Corelli's Mandolin. I don't think I've watched that, to be honest. Anyway, back to the football. Back to the football. Yeah, Man City heading out. You don't get to go into the Europa League this year either, which is good. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. 20,000 of you tuning in. We're not back up in the Liverpool game yet. Let me just check. I mean, I've actually got Real Madrid, Man City on 2 screens here, which makes absolutely no sense. Go back to that. Pig with Nicolas Cage is a great movie, says Alex. Gone in 60 seconds, I've only read. Can we get back to the football? Can we get to the football? Said all along, Liverpool will bottle this title. That's what I was going to do. I want to run a poll right now. Who wins the league? Do you feel there's a momentum shift, or do you just think Arsenal haven't got it in them to do it? Tell you what, if Arsenal did win the league from this point with no attackers, it would be incredible. It's 2-0, by the way. They've done it again. It's Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. into Mbappe. Oh, God. Is that... Tell me that's Diaz, Cameron Diaz. No, it's Vardiel this time. He sent him back to Leipzig, and then he slides it in the bottom corner. I tell you what, it could get embarrassing. 5-2 on aggregate. 2-0 after half an hour. Madrid are absolutely pounding them here. There's no doubt about it. This has been over 2 legs. They've just absolutely obliterated them. Or is it Pebbles? I think it was Pebbles who gets put on his arse. Oh no, it still might be Vardiel. It's hard to tell who it was who went sliding back, because he's still sliding now. No, it was Vardiel, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why Vardiel jumps in like that. Have you never seen Kylian Mbappe play the game before? He was never going to shoot first time. Gaming Plump says, I said all along Liverpool would bottle this title. Well, that game's over, 5-2. This game's not. And we're up and running for the second half. There we go. Can Liverpool get back into it? Villa, as we were saying before, they've got their own aspirations here. Real's front three is so good. The stupid thing about this new Champions League format is that I think it does. Look, the rules are the rules, but I think Real Madrid will probably still win this tournament. And the fact that these two are playing a qualifier, whoever went out sort of deserves it, don't they? Because they shouldn't have put themselves in that situation, really. But they have. Could be a long afternoon of defending, though. Long evening of defending for Villa. No way back for Man City. Absolutely none. I think the better... To be honest with you, I was asked this question this afternoon. The wife said, what game are you going to watch? Because, funnily enough, she's watching them both as well. And I said, I'm definitely more excited about Liverpool-Villa than I am Real Madrid-Man City, which I never thought I'd say those words, but I felt Real Madrid would put Man City to the sword and it wasn't going to be an interesting game. Whereas I felt with Liverpool and Villa, there was the potential for a really interesting game. And I certainly think we're getting that here tonight. Although Man City have had a corner there, cleared away. Right, I'm going to watch more of the Liverpool game, to be honest. I think it's the better one. For me, Villa just need to counter. That's what they need to do. Counter-attack. 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 Use your pace on the break. Liverpool have got to get back into it. After a really slow start, Mbappe is on fire, says Darry. I think the we spoke so much about this when Mbappe joined Real Madrid. I remember talking on this channel a lot about how they don't need him. It's a bit of a silly idea. It'll upset the flow of Real Madrid, and I certainly think it did. But you also had to take into account, I remember us discussing this as well, that there'll be a period of adjustment. And that period of adjustment seems to be, it's not quite there. I mean, they're not dominating La Liga and they're not necessarily, I mean, they're in a qualifier for the Champions League. So there is still a little bit of work to be done there. But It all comes down to whether Real Madrid win the Champions League, really, doesn't it? That's what they're there for in La Liga. Josh Miller says, if Arteta wins the Premier League with this team, I'll need blocked. Also, National Treasure is a Nicolas Cage movie. Thank you very much, Josh. Why wouldn't the Glazers just clear the debt? That way more profit comes in every year. Makes no sense. Because the profit would have to be spent on the club. So they'd have to spend their own money to clear the debt so that Man United could be profitable. They'd rather take our money to put us in debt and spend none of their own. Unfortunately, we have owners that aren't interested in actually owning a football club for the football club's success that, like others, have. We don't have that. What's the best side you've ever seen get relegated, says Rob Always United? I think factually, wasn't it Crystal Palace who got relegated with like 49 points or something like that? I was very surprised that Leeds side got relegated. I don't remember who was left by then because they were selling them all off, but I was very surprised. Oh, you're in! Rashford! No. Corner. To be honest, that would have been very, very difficult. He's on the left wing. Alisson's out of the goal. He tries to score, but Konate's back. But it would have been a very, very hard goal to score this. I'd have scored it, but, you know, I'm not gonna hold that against him. I think Liverpool are on the edge here. It's character building. It's definitely character building. Good question by Rob Always United. You've got a lot of people talking about it. Alisson punching away again. He's not confident under the cross tonight. Salah. He ain't going to catch that. Still 5 minutes to go in the Bernabeu. It would be a real shame if Man City got beat like 4 or 5-0 again, wouldn't it? It would be a real shame because it only happened to them against Arsenal quite recently. So I really hope, I'm sort of fingers crossed that they don't get absolutely battered at the Bernabeu. I mean, that would be quite humiliating. Inquisition says Alisson must have been bit by an Arna. I'd be very happy if I was Villa in the first 6 minutes here. They are just sitting deep and looking to counter, which is exactly what Liverpool were doing in the first half. But now Villa have got the lead. It is their right to do that, and it's very intelligent to do that. Luis Diaz is warming up. I didn't think it was going to be long before we saw that, to be honest. Just on the title race, even though Liverpool are losing here, who wins the league? 33% Arsenal, 67% Liverpool. For me, I always think Liverpool's biggest threat is Man City. And the minute they were out the title race, I thought, I just can't see it. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. But I tell you what, if I was an Arsenal fan, and I suppose I am technically, if Villa can win this, I really don't think Liverpool will win at Man City. So that swing is big. Why wasn't Rashford taking corners for us? You know how many crosses Bruno has taken that never beats the first man. That is a good observation, Jevon. Our corners are so bad. Why would you not put Rashford on them? Is that just Bruno pulling rank? Because his crosses aren't good. Like Declan Rice takes Arsenal's corners and he's very good at it. And that's unusual for your holding midfielder to be taking corners. I think Liverpool will come back. I think Liverpool will score. I definitely think they'll score. But I think Villa have to find a way to score as well. Liverpool's biggest threat is Liverpool, says Jason. Hey, come on. Liverpool should be winning this title. When you look at Arsenal's attacking issues and the fact that they've never won a title in 20 years, everything is in Liverpool's favour, but that's not always the way it works. I've seen more title races than I've seen them all. I've seen every Premier League title race, so there's not one you could tell me about and I wouldn't know about it. I've seen final day deciders. I've seen them won in April. I did think Liverpool would have. I did actually think Liverpool would have had this won by now, and I don't think I was wrong thinking that, because if you think about Newcastle away, corner to Liverpool. You think about Newcastle away, they should have won that. That was 2 points dropped, last minute equaliser. You think about Everton away, should have won that. Again, last minute equaliser. So, Man United at home. Draw, 2 points dropped. So, they've dropped 6 points where I don't think they would have... Well, Man United's a tough game, let's be honest. But Everton and Newcastle, they should have another 4 points. Next, so, did you see the Buccaneers' facilities compared to United's? Oh. Hopefully that was a troll. It's a shame Man City have no fans to laugh at tonight, says Hayden. They're nearly at half-time. Bit of pushing and shoving in the box here. Don't know what's going on. McGinn just going down. No free kick there. Give it to Eddie Cavani. Pass him the ball and watch him score all the goals. I used to love that. And I love the celebration as well. I'd love Cavani. Another corner here for Liverpool. I was one of the prats celebrating before the Aguero scarred my soul for a while, says Inquisition. You see, I never did. I never believed it was over. And it wasn't. In the words of Kevin Keegan, I would love it if City get battered, says Shane B. Neville taking tactics and had Kane on corners, says David Boys. I remember Phil Jones on corners. It's were people against formation of Premier League back in '92, says DV. I don't really know, mate. I was a kid. Those sort of things weren't... And also, we didn't have social media or anything like that, so it was hard to gauge fan opinion in those days, to be fair. Do you remember how many points Man City were behind Man United in 2012 before City won it? Genuine question. Do I remember how many points Man City were behind Man United in 2012 before City won it? I think, here we go, Sabozlai, good tackle by Mings. I think it was quite close. I seem to recall we might have had like a 6-point lead on them, but did they not have a game in hand and then they beat us 1-0 at their place with a company scoring from a header? Look, the reason we blew that league title on goal difference was because the home tie at Old Trafford, we were losing going into stoppage time by a goal or two, and we conceded 2 or 3 goals in stoppage time, and ultimately we lost it on bloody goal difference, didn't we? Do you remember how many? So yeah, Lucy Swan, thank you very much. Rashford. Takes the throw in. Can you show us the game in your glasses, please? Yeah, no, unfortunately not. Do you see a way back for Man City? No. 5-2 down on aggregate in the Bernabeu? No. And they haven't played like they're going to get the way back either. I mean, we were talking about the fact they'd had 1 shot on goal. Has that changed? Let's have a look. No, they've had 1 shot in 45 minutes and they've not had a shot on target. So if that's attacking intent by him, it's incredible, really, isn't it? No shots on target, and you're the team that's meant to be coming from behind. Pretty shit. 22,000 watching, absolute legends. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Michael Oliver is the referee for Villa against Chelsea. Mate, if Villa can win tonight and then beat Chelsea, they're right in the race for the Champions League. It's just amazing how things can turn around, isn't it? I mean, they'll kick themselves for not beating Ipswich, but if they can beat Liverpool, and that's how football can be, isn't it? If they can beat Liverpool and Chelsea and take 7 points from 9 from the Ipswich, they you wouldn't be. Oh, what a shot that was by Jota! It's the bar. Just a reminder. I mean, I don't think a draw massively helps either team, does it? At this stage of the season. Well, a draw for Villa doesn't help them. They need to be winning games. Give it to Eric Cavani. Patrick says, why do referees never penalise goalkeepers holding ball over 6 seconds, says Patrick? I don't know. I mean, it's a rule they have to keep there to make people not do it, but they never enforce it really, do they? It's basically don't take the piss, because if you did, I'd give a free kick, but that Cavani song would work for Nwaneri. Yeah, you're not having it, Eric. Don't tell Arsenal fans that. Trent, you've got to track him, Rashford. You've got to track him back. It's something he's never been that great at. Salah's still there. Into Trent. Oh, no. And that, I was literally saying that. Rashford's got to track Trent there. He's got to track him back. That's his player. And he hasn't. And you can't let Trent go there. He's got to, yeah, I mean, he's just let him go, hasn't he? You can't do it. You can't do that. Mark, try and Google Man City. Google nailed it, says JJ. Such a dangerous player. It's so disappointing that. Yeah, it does come up with Man City. It's very disappointing that you can't let Andy Robertson or Trent just go. You've got to track him back, and he's basically unmarked on the edge of the box with a shot. And although it hits a deflection, he's got one of the best right foots in the game. Right, here's Rashford with a bit of space because Trent's out of position. Now take advantage of it. Oh, bad pass. I want Rashford to do well because then his price goes up, doesn't it? A bit of luck on both Liverpool's goals. I just think, again, they've got back into the game a little bit too easy for my liking. Oh, my God. Corner, Liverpool. Yeah, they've got back into this game too easy. I'd worry now. Carl says, same old Rashford, different team. Nunez is coming on and Barkley is coming on. I wonder what he wouldn't be taking Trent off, surely. I mean, Trent's getting the better of Rashford at the moment. Why would you do that? Corner, Liverpool. Martinez gets hold of it. FC Gunners says, have you seen Liverpool's last couple of games of the season? I know they've got youth, third game from last. I presume they're not difficult games. I tell you what, Liverpool are just first to every second ball here. Villa are not doing a good job. They're too slow. Salah's getting into the game more. Second half FC from Liverpool again, but they're winning every second ball. This ain't good. It's that Liverpool intensity from the second half, and that's a crap cross by Trent. Right, got to hold this up, Villa. Right, here we go. Tielemans. Oh, space. Asensio. Oh, terrible ball. Rashford was on the right. Rashford jogged back, then stopped. He should have put pressure on Trent. Poor from Rashford, but typical of him, says Johnny. I mean, look, defensively, regardless of what anybody says, defensively, his game has... I think there was a time it was good, but tracking back, even when he was scoring all those goals, wasn't really part of his game. Konate's underrated. He's so calm, says C. Moodley. Villa have totally fell off here, says Ryan. It is worrying because Liverpool have absolutely dominated this second half. 2-2. The trouble with the game now is that Villa are sort of stuck in that rock and a hard place, aren't they? Jota gets ahead of Mings. He's having half chances. They're sort of stuck in that rock and a hard place, Villa, now. They need to win, but they're still sitting in and counter-attacking, which is dangerous at 2-2. Looks like Matty Cash is coming on. Ross Barkley's coming on here. No, Trent is coming off for Barkley, which I mean, that must be... Has he had a knock or something? I mean, he's having so much joy getting forward. I think that must be... Get Rashford off, he's knackered, says Robert. I mean, that's a fair point by Robert. I mean, we will know as Man United fans that Marcus Rashford hasn't played competitive football since the middle of December. He's only... What? This is only his... Well... It's his first start since the middle of December, so... Yeah, Trent and Jota off. Bradley and Nunez... Ross Barkley. Connor Bradley on and Nunez on. Jota and Trent off. Interesting. Malen, Ramsey and Matty Cash are coming on. I'd be stunned if Rashford's not one coming off, actually, for the reasons that Robert McCormack said there. Garcia coming off. Ross Barkley does play for Villa, though. I don't think he's on their bench. I mean, that's the same old shit again, isn't it? Really. Ross Barkley last season for Luton would have played nearly every week, wouldn't he? Rashford has gone off. Yeah, he would have played nearly every week. And I think he's been injured quite a lot for Villa. Not on their bench. I remember when you broke my heart. That's Niles Barkley, isn't it? Oh, 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 bless my soul. Come on, Villa. You were touching distance. You had it. But they're not the Villa of old. The Villa of last season, they were a different kettle of fish. Look at this passing out from the back again. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what they're doing, trying to play out from the back. It has worked. David Villa versus Fernando Torres, says Connell. I'll do that for you, mate. Can you hear the drums, Fernando? I'm going to have a sit down now, actually. I've been stood up for too long. Oh. Oh, not again. Oh, he's missed it. Darwin Núñez, what a miss. I tell you what, if Liverpool had scored then, I would never mess around with the stand-up desk. I mean, it's a lovely cross by Szoboszlai, and how do you miss that? Darwin Núñez. I mean, no, you don't miss those. I'm sorry, you don't miss those. That is a terrible, terrible miss. You shouldn't be missing that. Yes, Disasi's sliding in, but he doesn't get a deflection on it or anything like that. You've got to put that in the back of the net. "69 minutes, 20 minutes to go." Look, a draw. Arsenal would probably take a draw. It's better than a Liverpool win. I don't think it massively helps either team. I mean, it's not the end of the world for either team. You don't want to lose, but on the same hand, they both sort of need to win. Oh my God. Disasi does really well there because Darwin Núñez was in. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Ibrahimovic versus Drogba versus Lifestyle. I'm not. This show is not turning into a massive loads of either ors. By the way, there's one that's quite close at the moment, and I'll try and remember some. But we're actually watching a good game here. I do like Darwin Núñez. I wanted him to come to Man United, but I've got to be honest, even I would say, I don't know what Liverpool fans would say, but even I would say at this stage of his career, Malen! Great save, Alisson. I think they wanted an offside and they got it. At this stage of his Liverpool career, I thought he would have ironed out the inconsistencies. I felt with Darwin Núñez that he's a chance magnet, he works really hard, and that he would sort out his finishing, but it just hasn't. It hasn't worked, has it? He still hasn't sorted out those finishing issues. Mark says, do you think Man United will beat Everton on Saturday? Well, I don't want to ruin my preview that went up at 7 o'clock tonight, but yes, I have predicted a Man United win. Although, Everton have won 4 of their last 5, which in the Premier League, this Premier League, is very impressive. Do you remember the 1989 nail-biter between Arsenal and Liverpool? It went to the final game and they were playing one another. I do remember it, Darry. I don't remember the circumstances of it, because being a kid, I actually thought that was a playoff between first and second. I didn't actually realise that... Hold on a minute. Szoboszlai... Yeah, I didn't actually realise that it was just a coincidence that they played each other last game. And I think Arsenal had to win by 2 clear goals to win the league. And I remember watching it on the telly. And it was going into stoppage time. I remember Steve McMahon for Liverpool going, 2 more minutes. And he looked really confident. And then the next thing I know, Michael Thomas scored and they won the league. At Anfield, which I know Aguero was a bad moment for United fans, but surely that was a lot worse for Liverpool. That must have been a horrible way to lose, because it was at Anfield as well. Madrid versus Man City, it is still 2-0 to Real Madrid, 5-2 on aggregate. Remember, midweek next week, there is a raft of Premier League games as well. Unfortunately, all the good games are on the same night. Forest, Arsenal, Spurs, City, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Man United, Ipswich. I don't know why they haven't split them up, because Tuesday night's not that good. Nicholas Cage says, Darwin Núñez, 90+2 winner. It's written in the stars. Well, he is a chance magnet. Wouldn't surprise me. Matty Cash down the right-hand side. Cross is okay. Into the feet of Rodgers. They're queuing up. Ramsey. Good cross. Back post. Malen. No. Goal kick. Or is it a corner? Goal kick. True Oren says Nunez will leave Liverpool and become a goal-scoring legend. Nearly 24,000 watching. Talking about legends. We are going to be doing the Champions League draw live on Friday morning. And Nunez is in. It's a mistake. Oh, he's a twat. He is realistically a complete and utter prat. No, Darwin Nunez. Martinez has rescued Villa there. Darwin Nunez is running through one-on-one. He's got Salah to his right. 50-50 with Martinez, and Martinez wins it. I think if he had awareness, you wouldn't try and win that 50-50. You'd knock it to Salah. I'd like to see a replay, but it's brilliant by Martinez. Villa need to be careful though. They've had a couple of warnings. Ooh, good cross into the box there, but no one's there for Villa. The Keystone says, if Liverpool drop points today and lose to City, can City start thinking of a comeback in the title race after being KO'd today? Yeah, I don't know why Darwin Nunez doesn't chip that ball. Can Man City get back into the title race? I mean, you can have a look at the league table. I wouldn't have thought so. They're 44 points and Liverpool have got 61. Game in hand, 47. No, they're not pulling back a 14-point gap, are they? Come on. Let's get real. Let's get with it. Anyway, the way this game's going, Liverpool are going to win it. 15 minutes to go. Hope all is well. Can you do a De Bruyne versus Cruz poll, says Dean. David Villa beat Fernando Torres 51% to 49%. That was a good poll, by the way. You never know though. There might be something for Villa here. They're hanging on a little bit, but only takes one attack and it is going end to end. Like I say, a point doesn't really suit either team. Villa need wins to close up on the Champions League spots, and obviously Liverpool can't keep drawing games. Jahid says, with all our injuries in the Tottenham game, I'm proud of how we played. I might be in the minority, but that game felt really alive. I took some positives from it from a Man United point of view, but as we know, United aren't very consistent, so we might be shit against Everton. Will you do a South Korea women versus Jordan women watch along tomorrow, says Tom. No, but enjoy it. Great run by Rodgers into Malen. Corner. I'm a Villa fan, I'd take a draw, says Ryan C. Bergkamp or Cantona. As I said, I can't really just keep doing loads and loads of either ors, mate. We're trying to watch a good game and there's one going at the moment, but if I get a chance, I'll come back to it. I think we've done it before. I do think we've done that one before, but we will come back to it. Another substitution here for Villa. Digne for Maatsen. Bit of fresh legs down the left, not a bad idea. Good signing for Villa, that was. Cruz has beaten De Bruyne, by the way. Let's do the other one. Corner to Villa. They've looked most threatening from corners, actually. There you go, Bergkamp, Cantona. Van Dijk wins that one, though. Tielemans goes wide again. Are you familiar with power chair football, Mark? No? Is that pushing around on a chair, kicking the ball? I bet you get a load of bloody broken ankles doing that. Villa with a bit of momentum here. Tielemans. Canate misses the tackle. Use the spare man. Maatsen. Good cross. Mallon goes for the shot. Be another corner. Villa, bit of momentum here, as I said. Luis Diaz coming on. Villa have got to go for it as well, though. Like I say, circumstances at this time of the season. I mean, look, there'd be times where Villa would be quite happy with a point against Liverpool, but I think in the circumstances here, Mo Salah's in. He's all on his own. Darwin Núñez, what is he doing? Looks like a player shot on confidence. Great kick by Alisson to Salah, though. I mean, that's that's world-class goalkeeping, isn't it? To be able to kick a ball that long, that accurate, and it not bounce through to Martinez. I don't know whether I'd take off Darwin Núñez for Diaz, really. I took McAllister off. Definitely going for the win, aren't they? Gravenberch will sit. Curtis Jones drops into the midfield. Diaz goes left. Danny for sure says Núñez is ruining our title hopes. Did he not score 2 late goals against Fulham, though? I mean, come on. I'll tell you what, I think we might get his offside there. Yeah. Ramsey. Good referee in there. You've got to let the play go, but he is offside. Well, he looked offside. Yeah, you can see. You don't need to run that one back. You can tell by the lines on the pitch. It was Brentford. He got 2 goals, not Fulham. Thank you. Ten minutes to go. 5-2 in the Real Madrid-Man City game. It's just not been a contest, that one. It's embarrassing for City. They've just... I don't even know if they've had a shot on target yet. Corner to Liverpool. PSV have got a goal, which I think levels it up there. 2-2 on aggregate with Juventus. Andy Robertson with the corner. Headed away. Second ball is Liverpool's again in the box. And it'll be another corner. Rashford will call an interview after the game saying he needs a new challenge, as Andrew Manning. What were your thoughts on Rashford? I mean, I think on the Trent goal, he's obviously culpable. That should have been a goal kick. But a few bits of positivity. I mean, he's got to get his match fitness up, hasn't he? Oh, Salah hit the post, but I think there was a foul in the corner build-up. I watched a very good documentary last night, by the way. Nigel Mansell. Nobody asked, I know, but I just saw it and I watched it. Really enjoyed it. I like a good documentary. Unorthodox. Don't be passing around the back, Villa. Boot it. Boot it, Martinez. Boot it. Oh, they've played out from the back. It has worked. Villa on the attack. It's good play by Rodgers. Done really well. But he's played a misplaced pass there. Matson does well. 5 minutes to go. Good to see Tyrone Mings back playing for Villa as well. Rodgers nearly slipped Watkins in. Canate does well. Referee's slowing the game down here. What do I think's up with Man City? I think they massively miss Rodri. I mean, I think they're almost like the school. I think another thing as well is they're almost like the school playground bully who somebody's fought back to, and then no one's scared of them anymore as well. I think for a long time Man City were just very scary, and I think they're not scary to people now. It's called Red 5, that documentary apparently, says the gamer on Xbox. Very good. Why is it called Red 5? Tielemans best player on the pitch, says Woj. Yeah, he's had a good game. He's a funny player because I think there was a time where Tielemans looked like he was like destined to play for a really top team. Not that Villa aren't a top team, but you know what I mean. Mbappe looks injured here. No, he's all right. He's playing on. His car number at Ferrari was 5, red 5, yeah. Thank you. Corner to Liverpool. Good catch by Martinez. Maybe it's going to be a draw. I mean, look, it's not the end of the world for either team, but they do need wins. Villa need wins. Home draws against Ipswich and Liverpool. I mean, they've got to beat Chelsea on Saturday, haven't they? Well, there's still time here. Watkins. It's gone out for a throw. He had a red 5 at Williams, not Ferrari, says Drew. There we go. I'd like to have seen a winner here tonight. Not Liverpool, obviously. I'd like to have seen a Villa winner here tonight. I think it would have been interesting for them to get into the top 5 race, but also... Oh, Connor Bradley's gone down injured here. Not the sort of player to stay down injured. Kwanzaa's going to come on. I'm just watching the replay. Oh dear. I mean, that's a great goal by Mbappe, but it's embarrassing for Manchester City. He's on the edge of the box with about 4 Man City players in his way, and he still finds a way to bend it into the corner. And it's a hat-trick. Memories of Ronaldo at Old Trafford scoring a hat-trick for Real Madrid, R9. Well, it's happened to another Manchester club, and it's another number 9. It's Kylian Mbappe scoring a memorable European Cup / Champions League hat-trick. And it's 3-0 and it's 6-2 on aggregate. And that's what Champions League nights are all about, isn't it? I mean, it's bad defending by Man City. They've got the numbers. They've got the numbers in this situation. Just bad defending. Foden gets skinned, and then no one else is close enough. I don't think Edison can do anything about it. Liverpool on the attack here. We're heading into the 90th minute. There will be stoppage time. And that's going to go for a goal kick. I'll tell you what I did want to do. I just wanted to have a quick look at Man City. I haven't seen Man City have a shot second half, so I'm very intrigued to see. Oh my God. We are in the 61st minute. Man City have not had a shot on target, and they've only had one shot in the whole game. It's embarrassing, mate. Look, you can get beat 3-0 by Real Madrid. Of course you can. But no shots on target and one shot altogether after an hour is just crap. So what was Pep's plan? Just to come and park the bus and not get humiliated? Only 5 minutes added on here. I mean, look, Arsenal, you take this point. You would take this point. 8 is the gap, I think, as things stand. But a game in hand for Arsenal. Man City at the weekend, another chance for Liverpool to drop points. Yeah, 8 points the gap, but they're going to have a game in hand here. I think you'd take that as an Arsenal fan. Juve have scored as well. They're back in front on aggregate 3-2. Right, here's Malen. Bit of space to run into. I really like what I've seen of Malen in a Villa shirt. Looks after the ball well. Matty Cash, this is it. Oh, the cutback was on. And it's a throw into Villa. Juventus goal ruled out, apparently. I don't think Villa are going to score. I really don't. Matty Cash, corner. I just can't see him scoring. Juventus goal disallowed. Still 2-2. Mbappe or Haaland, says John. I think it's that time where Mbappe would win that one by a long way. Cantona's beat Bergkamp by 57%. Remember when people said Mbappe was a flop, says Jesse. You know Alan Partridge, you remind me of him, says Daily Insights. Support Stick says, have you ever watched Touring Cars? Nigel raced in a Mondeo in 98. He had a bad crash, didn't he? I think I remember that. No wine tonight, says Kay. Not on a Wednesday. Not on a Wednesday. Here we go. Corner for Villa. Looks good. No. Edge of the box. Maatsen. They're queuing up on the back post. Second ball. Bounces around. Mings. He's done well. He needs to give it someone who can put a bloody cross in. Leaves it. Ramsey. They're in again. Oh, over the bar. Morgan Rogers. Emery's not happy. They want the win. They do. Liverpool, hey, you know what? Few people talking about Nunez in the chat. Liverpool could have won this game. Darwin Nunez on probably 2 occasions really should have led to goals. 2 minutes to go. Villa pushing a little bit more than Liverpool at the moment. Van Dijk wins the header. Morgan Rogers has come alive in the last few minutes here. Still Villa. I can see a Villa winner. I actually can. Matty Cash, why are you shooting from there? Why are you shooting from there, mate? You got options. Juve goal stands, apparently. 2-1 on aggregate. 3-2 on aggregate. 1-1 on the night. EPL over Champions League tonight, says Scorpio. Right, Salah's got it down the right-hand side. And he wins a corner. No, he wins a goal kick. Went off him last. I can't see Liverpool winning at City. So this, if I was Arsenal, I'd say this is a good result because I can't see them winning at City. So that'll be another at least 2 points dropped. Nigel says the subs by slot haven't helped, especially Trent. I don't understand the Trent substitution. It must be man of the match Tillemans. That substitution on Trent must be must have been injury specific because at that point it didn't make any sense. Also, Nunez for Jota didn't make any sense. Jota was actually doing quite well. So it must just be fatigue. You never know what the computer says, you know. Computer might say they're on the verge of an injury. Here's Mallon though. He's done well. Gets the shot off. Oh, I thought it was going bottom corner. He hits it well. For a minute, I thought he might have found the bottom corner. Battled his way through. A metre wide. That might be it. Don't think the referee's going to get... Villa have been the better side in the last 10 minutes, to be fair. If anyone was going to win it, it was going to be them. Referee blows the whistle. 2-2. Doesn't massively help Villa. I think he'd be annoyed, Emery, actually, because the soft goals they've conceded tonight are both very soft. Having said that, Liverpool did create good chances they didn't score from. But looking at the league table, you've got to say, Villa, 39 points. And they played a game more than a lot of those teams above them. Like Chelsea, 4 points ahead of them with a game in hand. Bournemouth, 4 points ahead of them with a game in hand. Man City, 5 points ahead of them with a game in hand. They want to be in the top 5. Villa drawing to Ipswich and drawing to Liverpool. They've got to go on a hell of a run, Villa, to get back into that sort of conversation, haven't they? Doesn't look that likely. 2-2. Let's go back to Man City and Real Madrid here. How long we got left? About half an hour, I think. 20 minutes, 22 minutes. Man City still haven't had a shot on target. Pretty embarrassing. Pretty embarrassing. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. You're very welcome. Arsenal, look, beat West Ham on Saturday. I don't think Liverpool will beat Man City at the Etihad, and the title race for you is back on. Real Madrid nearly scoring again there. Haaland, I think, has a bit of an injury. That's why he hasn't picked him. But to be honest, it'd be a waste of time to pick him. They haven't had a shot. Next 2 games for Liverpool are Man City away and then Newcastle at home. Whereas Arsenal have got West Ham at home and Forest away. Fixtures-wise, Arsenal have got a chance to sort of start closing in. But thank you very much for your super chats tonight. I think I've caught up on them, by the way. Mamouche has just not been in the game. It's not, look, it's not acceptable. I mean, Real Madrid are a good side, but they've made Real Madrid look world class tonight, and Real Madrid have made Man City look very, very average. No, I think Villa-Liverpool 2-2, I think a draw is the right result. I don't think either team did enough to win it. Obviously, Liverpool will look at Darwin Núñez. That was the moment. I don't think Darwin Núñez has got a future at Liverpool. I said it in the summer. Tactically, I don't think he's the sort of player that Slot wants anyway. But I certainly don't think he's a player that will have convinced Slot over the season to change his mind either. We need a striker. Hope to get Isak this summer, says Jay. But the scary thing is, we all know Arsenal will be better with a striker and Zubimendi if they get him. And we all know that Liverpool are going to actually give Slot some money this summer. And we know that Man City are always going to have money. And Chelsea will always try and spend money. So it's not like teams aren't going to get stronger in the summer. You know, I speak to a lot of United fans who just talk about if we get this, if we get that, if we get this. But it's not like everyone else isn't going to get something as well. You're up against teams that are better than you, who are going to probably improve better than you as well. It's a tough thing. Not again. Vinicius Junior caught that one absolutely perfectly, but not there. Can we change the scorecard? Yes, we can actually, you know. As if by magic. I can do the timer as well. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Just waiting for this to come back and then I can change the timer. Timer. There we go. Why is Haaland still not on? Well, if he's got a knock and you're losing 6-2 and you've not had a shot on target, it's probably not a good idea to bring a player on that's got a knock. Man City have to make sure they get top 5 and will probably try and win the FA Cup now. When was the last time Man City didn't win a trophy in a season? First season of Pep? What was that? 15? So he's got to win the FA Cup, otherwise it's going to be the first potless season. They'll be doing a Spurs. I love the fact that we've won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup because although we're shit, nobody can have a pop at winning trophies because we actually have won in the last 2 years. 16-17 was the last time they didn't win a trophy, says Mist. What I've not heard anybody in the chat say anything about the draw. It is seeded, isn't it? Who did Liverpool get? They get, is it? Oh, I can't remember. Somebody told me Liverpool get 1 of 2. PSV are in front now. They are in. No, they're not. The back level. It's 3-3 in aggregate. Yeah, the draw's on Friday at 11. We'll be live on here for it, but Benfica or PSG, that's it. That'd be good game, Shrek. That'd be good game. Oh God, good shot. First shot on target from Man City. I think it was Mamouche. What's my FPL team? I don't know, mate. I haven't looked at it for about 5 months. Sorry, Núñez is rubbish. Not for Man United, to Sheeran. How long till Arsenal get injured players back? Oh, Man City. Good block. How long till Arsenal get injured players back, says Alec. I think Martinelli's back soon. I think Jesus and Havertz are out for the season. And Saka potentially in April, but not definitely. Shot over the bar, Bernardo Silva. Gaz says, Martinelli's back in 3 weeks. Rest all out of action and Saka is March now. I'd be surprised if... Look, you'd know better than me. If Saka's back in March, he's done very well because it was a bad injury and you'd certainly be wanting to not rush him back. But look, the sooner they get Saka back, the better because then you've got Nwaneri and him as well. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League? Honestly, I think Real Madrid at the moment would be my favourite. I think Liverpool are stuttering a little bit. I mean, Liverpool almost remind me of that Napoli season. Remember that Napoli season where they won Serie A and everyone thought they were going to win the Champions League? And you hit sort of February, March. It's very hard to sustain across a full season. They definitely need a second wind, Liverpool, at the moment. They look a little bit fragile. One thing we can all agree on, it's not going to be Man City. Story Short says Liverpool have been awful after their FA Cup exit. It happened last year. They were 6 points clear of Arsenal and bottled it. But without City, there's a chance, says Story Shorts. Yeah, I'd be a little bit worried about Liverpool at the moment. I mean, I'm not worried. I'm happy about it. But if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be a little bit worried because you can't really see where the next win's coming from, whereas Arsenal look like they're going to keep grinding out results. So, yeah, I mean, as I say, I think for Liverpool, it's not even results tonight. It's that Everton, that's 2 points dropped against Everton in the last minute. Newcastle before Christmas, that's 2 points dropped in the last minute. I mean, just those 4 points, you know? Who do you think will get Lookman? Well, it's a bit weird that, isn't it, really, how that all played out last night. I mean, he's done a great job for them, and there's his coach sort of saying he's a shit penalty taker or whatever. It's just a bit weird. How long's Well, you're going to get injuries anyway. Somebody in the chat just said, Liverpool are 8 points clear, come off it. Well, you are 8 points clear, but one of those is a game in hand, so you always assume Arsenal are going to win that. That's a 5 point gap. And then lose to Man City and Arsenal win, that's a 2 point gap. And then Arsenal have got to go to Anfield, so that's the way I'd look at it. Where did Malacia go? Somebody just said Malacia's on for PSG. Where did Malacia go? Did I completely miss that? Did he go to PSG? I know he went. I know Benfica fell through. PSV, not PSG. Yeah, and I was going to say I've completely forgot. Kovacic shoots from distance. Yeah, he went to PSV. Who promoted Rio to comms? Such a boring voice, says Hugh. I've got a theory on this. I think Rio Ferdinand wants to be Gary Neville. I even heard him slagging Gary Neville off yesterday. And I think Rio wants to be Gary Neville. He wants like his own overlap and all that lot. So I think he's basically said, I want to do co-commentary as well. Trouble is, I'd rather listen to paint dry. Thankfully, I don't have to listen to it at all. But yeah, I wouldn't want to listen to him on commentary. Really good defender, but yeah. He wants to be Gary Neville. 10k evening steps done for the night. Pep out, says Rub. How do you do your steps? Just walk up and down your stairs, or? Alec Miller says, if Arsenal overtake Liverpool in the league and Liverpool doesn't manage to win the Champions League, would this be considered a failure for Slot? I think if you look, football's always about context. If somebody said to Liverpool fans, you'd finish second in the league and get to a Champions League final in Slot's first season, I think Liverpool fans would have said that's a good start. But the context of it is, I think Liverpool won the league when they beat Man City in December. If they then open the door again, something's gone wrong, hasn't it? So I think you'd have to call it a failure, because I genuinely think Liverpool are sort of just opening the door at the moment, and they don't need to do it. Rub says walk 7 to 8 kilometers fast with high heart rate. High heart rate, okay. Fuhad says, how have Barcelona beat Madrid 4-0 and 5-2 this season? 4-0 and 5-2 this season. Hey, Real Madrid, this is what I mean. Man City are an embarrassment tonight, because we all look at Real Madrid as, oh, this amazing Real Madrid. But it's not necessarily the truth. Real Madrid have had some bad results this year. This is a qualifier. Real Madrid didn't finish in the top 8 in an 8-game Champions League system. So Real Madrid, yeah, you know, they're always dangerous. They're one of the best teams in the world. But it's not like they're blowing everybody away. Incredible thing about Liverpool is I don't think they've lost a game, have they? Yeah, they must have lost a game. Liverpool have definitely lost a game. They have lost a game. They lost one. There's a question for you. Who did Liverpool lose to? Forest. Yeah. God, Arsenal should be grateful to Nottingham Forest, because Liverpool would be on an invincible, wouldn't they? That was a weird result. That was a weird result. Sam says, I'm a Liverpool fan. What's your EPL prediction after tonight? I still think Liverpool will win it, because I still think they're the best team up till now. You've got to trust. And also, but look, there's still time left. I think, as I said, you draw with Everton, you've drawn with Villa, you've beaten Wolves. That's 5 from 9. If you don't beat Man City, you're looking at 6 from 12, and that's always going to open the door in a title race. So, but I think Samaras is absolutely spot on. Arsenal don't have a striker, so that might bite them in the backside. I think the positive for Arsenal at the moment is the fixtures that they have and the players that they're missing. They would look at it and think we should still have enough quality. Like West Ham at home on Saturday, Forest away next Wednesday, Man United at Old Trafford, and then Chelsea at the Emirates. You've got to win all 4, and I don't think they would be opposed to thinking they could do that. The trouble that Arsenal will have is when the Champions League comes back, have they got the squad for it? At the moment, I think Liverpool have got the better squad as well. But Liverpool have got to play Arsenal in May as well at Anfield, and I wouldn't fancy that. I think that'll be a tough game. You know what Anfield can be like when it wants to be. But Arsenal would fancy it. They'd take it in a heartbeat. Heartbeats. Why do you kiss? Do you think Arteta would have promoted Obi given their striker crisis? I don't know, MD. Do you think Man City are good enough to beat Liverpool? I don't know. I think I probably do give Man City too much credit, but I mean that would be a message, wouldn't it? If Liverpool went to the Etihad and beat them, now that would be a message. But I don't know. I just think Man City, having been battered in the Champions League, you'd need a response, and would that not be a good response to beat the champions elect? I don't know. I've never heard a playback, Sheeran. Haaland could be out. I don't think you'd be massively worried about Haaland if you're Liverpool. I don't think Saliba and Gabriel massively worry about Haaland. I think that game is more won in the midfield. I think Liverpool's big problem at the moment is scoring enough goals. I watched them against Everton and they just didn't create much. And then the Wolves game, 2-1. And then tonight, both goals really are mistakes, aren't they? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though. Really looking forward to it. Man City might get a goal here. No. Darwin Núñez should have scored that chance. I mean, you'd be fucking fuming, wouldn't you? If you're on a slot, you'd be absolutely fuming with that. Because it's like, I genuinely think I would have scored that. I genuinely think anybody in this chat that's played five-a-side football, you'd score that goal. It's along the ground. You've just got to put your foot through it. And he puts it over the bar. It's weird behaviour at that level. But I'm sure many Liverpool fans would say, well, it's normal behaviour, to be fair. Brest are being played with. I don't know. I think you're talking about football. Let's have a look. In the Champions League other games, it's 7-0 to PSG, 10-0 on aggregate. I mean, fair play to Brest for getting their way through, but 3-3 on aggregate between PSV and Juventus. I presume that's extra time. They've mirrored each other's score. I mean, you never know in the Champions League. There might be some rule about alphabetical order, but 3-3 on aggregate. Dortmund knocked Sporting out earlier on. So we know PSG, Dortmund and Madrid are through tonight. PSV and Juventus is still up in the air. Like, you just don't care. Solihull Moors lost again. 1-0 to Woking. 1-1 between Luton and Plymouth. Do 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 do. Heartbeat, why do you kiss when my baby kisses me? Liverpool has almost a full squad this season, says Corallo. Arsenal had red cards and injuries and no striker, yet still only lost 2. Excuses, yes, but still up there. Imagine a better recruitment and squad. I mean, I think that's chat of the evening. It's certainly super chat of the evening. Thank you very much. But I think it is chat of the evening. I mean, I was saying that when the door was opened with the Villa going 2-1 up at half-time, what did I say? I said, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be excited, but I'd also be massively pissed off. Liverpool are slipping at the moment and you are still grinding out results. If you had that striker whacking the ball in the back of the net, that would put Liverpool under more pressure. I think whatever happens, if this ends up being a close title race and Arsenal don't win it, then you've got to look at Arsenal's ownership and say, where was the desire to go and win it? 2 minutes added on here. Macedonian says the City game's over. They're out. Well done, mate. I think we were holding out for something else. Why was Núñez smiling at the end, says Brito. Malacia on for PSV, says Fahad. Who's going to win the league, says Joshua. Fabrizio was already posted full time for the City game. Sheeran says look it up. Is it worth looking up? Chris says, blah, blah, why are you yapping? Four eyes. You gave Liverpool the league in December. You're embarrassing. I haven't heard Four Eyes since about 1989. But, no, I did give Liverpool the league in December. I'm not changing my mind. We'll see in May, won't we? The big problem Arsenal have got is they've got to go to Anfield, and I think that's basically another 3 points for Liverpool. So I think, yeah. Fabrizio said it's over 6 minutes ago. Here we go, says Macedonia. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Oh, God, I might go to bed and watch a documentary. Give me some good documentaries to watch. I watched a Mansell one. That was good. I actually watched the Boyzone one. I don't even like Boyzone, but it was... You know, the great thing about documentaries is it can just be an interesting story. Man City have scored, by the way. No one cares. Goal check, VAR. Doesn't really matter. Let's just get it over with. We're all just, yeah, this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing, man. What you doing at the weekend? Man United Everton. United stand 12:30. Villa Chelsea Saturday 5:30. Liverpool at City 4:30 on Sunday. Bring it on. Good weekend. And then midweek next week. Are you going to do a Man City in crisis video? No, because I think it's the norm, isn't it? I don't think this... I mean, what would it go? Man City in crisis. I think everybody predicted that Real Madrid would win this over 2 legs. 6-3. What's the excuse? I mean, that's the big thing I would say about Man City. That's the only soundbite I would give you. What's the excuse for that? We haven't got Rodri. I mean, this Man City side that's dominated has just been dominated by Real Madrid, and the only excuse I can come up with is you haven't got Rodri. But I thought we were watching one of the greatest coaches of all time, who over the last 4 months doesn't look like he could coach himself out of a brown paper bag. Humbled, not good enough. Yeah. Deleted from the Champions League before the proper knockout stage. Cheerio. Legends tonight, really enjoyed the chat. Villa Liverpool was a better game, but always nice to see Man City get knocked out. Take care, everybody. We're back tomorrow. I'm going to do a video with Loz tomorrow, actually. That'll go out around lunchtime. And yeah, I'll speak to you all in a bit. Take care. Thanks for watching.